Alright, party. Shut up, me. Okay, so I did a little, very little work actually, yesterday. I completed Muskalaka, or Raka, or whatever it's called. Got it to 100%. Well, I'm about to. I just need to put down one house. I also looted the crap out of this place. Almost. I think I'm missing a few chests. Although I know where they are. Let's see. Yeah, let's put you down. Right here. And I'm at 100%. Let's see what my reward is. Yeah, would not want to live here. Always humid, barely any water. There's a fuckload of scorpions. Okay, what do you got for me? You did very well, very enjoyable. Yeah. Give me my reward. The Mirage obtained. Next for you, boy with the green hat. Fuck yes. Thank you. The enemy will face a strong good luck. This guy just fucking gave me a diamond. Like, damn. Is there like a diamond mine nearby? These guys better watch out for those Americans. When they get here, shit's really gonna go down. And now to get the chests I missed over here. Yeah, watch out for those Americans. We're already here, bitches. Hey, button boy. Huh. I guess I got the chests? Maybe I missed some around here? Oh yeah, I did. So, I watched Beyblade like he told me. They didn't fuse metal at all. There was no metal fusion. The only thing I saw was a giant horse come out, and I was at like the last 20 seconds of the episode. Anything here? No. Sounds like this village needs a little bit of freedom, and that temple full of treasure also needs some liberty. Yeah. Almost sounds like we can make a movie out of this. Oh yeah, and I've been playing Hack GU, and I'm so goddamn grumpy. I'm so sorry. If it'll cheer you up, I watched that Beyblade episode. Oh yeah, and during the weekend, I got my 5-foot nail, built it up to the scorpion, and got it to +4. I think I can easily, like, break this down. Just need to get a few more kills with it. And all I did was put in a bunch of gems in it using my vast amounts of money. Although my vast amounts of money are actually gone by this point. I spent it all on the gems. Hey, button boy. So yeah, like I was saying, watch that Beyblade episode you wanted me to. Where are the fat stacks, mate? Where are the fat stacks? The Fairy King took my fat stacks. He took all my fat stacks, but I took his stacks of diamonds. Remember all these gold bars I had? Yep, they're all gone now. Sold them all. Let me buy some shit from you. Let me sell all this junk first. I don't need these busters. And looks good. Yeah, I saw Beyblade. Right? Didn't you want me to see it, button boy? Alright, let's see. What else do I need for here? I need magic. ice. This stuff will level up on its own. Gives me magic. I think you did. Well, actually, magic isn't really that. How was it? You know, instantly, like after a few minutes when that main character came on, I'm like, this has gotta be the fucking main character. Look at how he looks like. He's got weird hair, a weird outfit. He's pretty fucking overconfident. Though being the main character, that's allowed. Also, we got the generic bad guys for the first episode. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? On this floor, abs decrease faster. Oh, shit. I meant to do that. I'm doing side quests in this game and I'm doing 10,000 damage. In this game, I don't think you can do 10,000 here. Have I seen episode 2? Nope. I only saw the first one. They ended the first episode, they're like, oh look, this new main character, he's about to fight this dude who has a fang or something like that. They're like, to be continued in the next episode. And then they're like, here's the preview for the next episode. There's no fight at all. I'm pretty sure they just meet, they say they're gonna fight, and then they just never fight. Not for like 30 episodes. It's usually what happens. Why would you watch more than one episode of Beyblade a year? Oh yeah, by the way, Button Boy, the link that you sent me, it says it's blocked in my country. Who knew they blocked Beyblade in Scrubtown? I had no idea. But thanks to the internet, I found it somewhere else. Also, the comments were exactly what I expected. I don't know why, but you know what? They fight. Really? They fight? They actually fight in the second episode? I thought it was gonna be one of those, hey, I'm your main rival. Let's fight. No, never mind. It's just gonna be a crap fight. Real fight's gonna be in 40 episodes. See ya. Pretty sure it was gonna go like that. But yeah, the comments were exactly what I expected. For the English dub that I watched. It's pretty much, oh, the voices sound so cringy, English dub is terrible. And then a lot more people were just bitching and complaining like, oh, new Beyblade is terrible. Like, jeez, people fucking love to complain. Ooh, I'll take these. Did I like it? I thought it was okay. I mean, like 09OP said. Huh. Okay. Yeah, like he said, why watch more than one episode of Beyblade a year? I'll watch the next episode next year. I'll let you know how I feel. Some thoughts though, first off, that little kid, he's saying, oh, look at these face hunters, they've been attacking small children and stealing their points. I'm like, dude, you're a 6-year-old kid, not even, he's probably like 5, but he's going around the town on his own, no parents or anything. He's just running around town, no fucking shit, they're targeting little kids. You're running around in the city alone as a 6-year-old. Fuck. Of course they're gonna target you. No parents at all? Like, how is this even allowed? Parents are fake news, he's savage. Cactus. I don't need that. I found that Inferno weapon. And thanks to that. Fucking bats. So I just killed that guy and stole a throbbing cherry. I might as well have just cut off his junk and stole it. He's kind of dumb. Also, what's the whole deal with the points? What are points for? Is it like what the characters use as like their dick measuring contest? They're like, dude, I got 50,000 points. I'm better than all of you. Is it like that? Next floor. But yeah, what's up with the kid? Like, you're a 6-year-old kid running around the city. And now, oh look, a bunch of teenagers and this adult just ambushed you. Dude, where are your parents? Why use points when you can smoke crack in the back alley and rob kids? Dumb kids who walk around with no parents and no protection. Yeah, that's how Keyblade Wars start. Oh, hang on, wait. That's how Beyblade Wars start. Yeah, saved it. Also, I don't know why I'm using you. It's not cursed here anymore. Where are Sora's parents? Well... Alright, you got a good point there. Where are anyone's parents, though? No one has parents. Sora's mom is probably still making dinner. If Sora is dead, the entire Kingdom Hearts series is a nightmare-fueled dream. Makes sense. I'd believe it. Where are Yugi's parents? They actually showed Yugi's parents in one episode. I forgot which one. Oh yeah, now I remember why I only use Tone for everything, or why I only use Scrubwood for everything. No one else can touch Atlan. So I'm like, why bother switching all the time? Didn't he murder them in Season 0? Fucking hell. These guys are brutal. German dub is better than English dub. What does German dub Seto Kaiba sound like? Oh, that's right. I know in Season 0 he does murder a lot of people. I don't remember if he murders his parents though. He fucks up some people. Okay, I know Seto Kaiba is Seto Kaiba. What does he sound like? Fuck, I finally found the way to kill these bats easily. This is what you do. You have to fucking use this guy. Or a ranged person. Too bad I'll never do that. I'll just stick with Scrub Lord for everything. Gotta say though, having a ranged weapon is very nice. Seto is voiced by Arnold Schwarzenegger in German dub. Oh yeah. Do I need you in here? And let's get rid of you. The Scorpion. Wow, this is actually a pretty fucking tough cactus. What does this give for it? It should be a lot. Yeah, it's good. really can't tell. Also should have probably bought more gems. Episode 13 is the hooker in Beyblade. They brought a hooker in Beyblade? And now I really want to check it out. For research purposes, just to be clear. So are you excited to get the Chronicle sword up to 99 so it turns into the Chronicle 2 sword? This thing never evolved, and no, I'm not excited for that. Fucking bats. Is hooker even a real word? The fuck? Okay, again. I mean, we have Urban Dictionary for a reason. Let me look it up for you. They'll explain it better than I can. Hooker. Prostitute started in the Civil War when General Hooker of the Union Army, the first pimp, tried to protect his troops from VD by buying the best chicks and pimping them to his corpse of 20,000 men, originally Hooker's girls. Hooker is the pimp of hookers. Well, there you go. From what I've learned, Urban Dictionary is never wrong. Not a hooker, a person who sucks a lot of dicks. I don't know. I don't know if there's like an actual word for it. I know for, oh fuck, are you kidding me? I know there's like a hoe, and then there's a male version of a hoe called a rake. I'm not even joking, it really is. Let me see. What the fuck are you all about? Yeah, really weird how a male version of a hoe, it's called a rake. Found that out while watching Jeopardy randomly. They're like, name of an immoral pleasure seeker. Some guy is like, what is a hoe? And they're like, no, no. And another person asked, what is a rake? And rake was correct. Living armor my ass. I like it very much. It's my childhood. Beyblade? I mean, I know how you feel. I've watched other shows similar to, well, not exactly like Beyblade, but similar concepts. Like Mega Man NT Warrior. That was my childhood. I still remember getting picked up by my grandpa in kindergarten, went to his apartment, and on the TV they were showing Mega Man, and I still remember the exact same episode and the moment that I saw. It was when Lan and Chad, when Mega Man and Proto Man do that double program advance against Pharaoh Man. I still remember it exactly. Yeah, gay blade. It's okay to have bad tastes, button. Oh, you guys. Are you kidding me? What's my bag full of? I did also get 10 more pocket slots. Shit. I gotta do something about all these fucking gourds and apples. I think these are the only gourds I have left, so I have to choose carefully. I'll give Ruby the apples. And the gourds. I like how Xiao gets completely replaced because Osmond can fly. I know, I can't believe that either. Are my main characters full on apples? Yes, yes, yes. Alright. To Ruby they go. Kingdom Hearts is my soul. I mean, I just need space. I'm getting rid of all this stuff. There you go, rucksack. Have fun. And at the same time, I hate it. The only thing I hate about Kingdom Hearts are some of the challenges I had to do. Like the original starting deck challenge against Larxene, my god, that was such a bitch to do. Oh, that's nice. My weapon is now at maximum weapon hit points. The only way to get more than 99 is to get the glitched Chronicle Sword 2. That has like 200 weapon hit points, or something like that. It also had like much higher attack. It was like 390 attack. And like 200 weapon hit points. I think though. Just going off of memory. Ooh, yeah. Oh, I also hate Kingdom Hearts 3D doing that crit level 1 thing. It is so unbalanced. Like, extremely unbalanced. Unless you grind all your spirits and get the best skills. It's super, like, unfair. And one of the worst fucking boss fights, the Spelican. I fucking hate that thing. I never beat KH3D. I did. I think I did it on regular Proud. It was nice beating it, but fucking like crit level 1, not doing that shit. I love zooming around, but I dropped it. That's actually one of the few things I did like in 3D. The what was it called? Flow motion? I really like flow motion. But I would have preferred having Super Glide for both Sora and Riku, if anything. The movement was so fluid and nice. Oh, that's another thing. 3D on the PS4, like, god, the game looks so smooth. It's crazy how smooth it looks. It's like butter. It's like if your eyes eat video games graphics that you play, like that's a fucking huge buffet that you like everything you see. Alright, I gotta get rid of some shit. I'll save these in case I wanna do some grinding. I need to buy 2.8 for PS4. I'll tell you this though, if you're gonna stream 2.8, be careful, cause there's a lot of things that can really bother you. Go back and watch Beyblade, you fucking moron. Hey, I watched the first episode, it's a good stopping point for this year. So my bird is trying to sing. And I want to use these, but I can't really save the game. Oh, I need to put in those keys also. Still haven't used the defense up items. Well, the reason why I haven't used them, I forgot to during the weekend. Because in order to use them, I want to get the best results. Like, I want to get a 7 or an 8. Maybe I'll settle for a 6 if I get bad luck enough times. But when you get a 5 or a 4 like that, that really sucks. And I have to reset the game, and if I reset while streaming, it just ends the stream. So the only time I can ever do it is off stream. Scrub Lord was a mistake. You are missing something, my friend. What am I missing, Button Boy? I mean, it's an okay show, you know, I'm not really that interested. Main character is like overconfident as hell. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. True experience of Beyblade. Listen, the main character taught me you have to feel the Beyblade, the one with the stronger soul wins. What he meant to say is the main character wins. The more important character always wins. Oh yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but you cannot get the back floor key in this dungeon. Unfortunately, when they were translating the game from the Japanese version to the English, they made some kind of mistake where you just can't get the gate key here. Or not the gate key, you cannot get the back floor key. And apparently they didn't fix it here. The only way... The item is actually still in the game, you just can't get it from the chests. Like, it's impossible. But you can actually get the item through a glitch. Though I don't know how to do it. And the way the back floor works here is you pretty much... the carpet you're on starts flying and you fly through the picture frame. Like, it opens up, you fly across the castle, and you go to the back floor. You can get the back floor key. It's only a 1 in 65,000 chance. It's only like 5 shiny Pokemon. At a point in the series, not too far away, he will rage quit. Seriously? I want to see that. Is it really a 1 in 65,000 chance? I thought it was like none at all. Like the game just messed up. That's what I read anyway. I thought the one with the longer strings and whoever cheats the most, I'm pretty sure half the Beybladers cheat, and you can get back 4K, I read that. 1 in 5 shiny Pokemon. And I'll return for that after I see if I can level up this weapon. Oops. I hate you, unsub is for you. I mean, I have my opinion. I'm not really that interested in the show, and you're gonna unsub because my opinion isn't the same as yours? Kind of a dick move there. Speaking of dick move, the game for spawning 2 bats and that one for coming after me. Must have someone blocked because I'm not seeing someone's messages. I'll save this for something coming up later. Okay, you're good. What else do I need? I need ice, so this will give me some ice. And, the dragon and... That's not important, I need attack right now. So this will be attack. The garnet gives attack, but I don't know what else. What about you? I know you give magic. I'll go with that. I mean, I want to max out this thing's stats. Nobody cares about your opinion, sorry. Ouch. No one cares about my opinion. You really pushed my button there, button boy. That hurt pretty deeply. Your words hurt more than those Beyblades did to that one guy. Hashtag ban button boy. I only ban people who annoy me. And I mean really annoy me. I ban myself. Or people who leave links to like those phishing sites here. And then I ban them. Oh wait, let me fix that. People who unironically leave links to phishing sites here. There, now that I said unironically, if you guys do it to annoy me, well, it's being ironic. You ban. Now great. Wait a second, how'd you ban him? You're both mods. Oh, wait a second, you're not a mod, because that's Twitch Prime, that's not the mod symbol. It's okay, Sora, I won't link to buttonboyporn.xxx. That's for leaving those website links. Oh wait, I unmodded the wrong guy. Oops. Anyway. I don't think I told you guys what Scorpion does anyway. Or, I guess the Scorpion I upgraded. The site couldn't load. Of course it didn't load for you. It only works if you aren't Button Boy. Holy shit, there's 3 circles here? Fuck. Alright, let's see what that one up there does. Hey, can I get a circle that doubles my money, please? Please. But yeah, basically, I upgraded a 5-foot nail. 5-foot nail comes with the ability critical, which basically has a chance to just insta-kill. Are you fucking kidding me? Did you think I'd actually link it to porn? Funny enough, someone did drop a porn link here before. Only to show me that there is actually a porn magazine about Kingdom Hearts that got a cease and desist once. And they're like, here's the porn magazine, it's on here. And like, you have to press your button arrows to scroll the pages. And like, deep down, I'm like, I fucking know how to do this. I've always been on this site. I like Beyblade porn and Big Shack. I'd post quality porn like large busty waifus. Hard to find quality porn these days. Oh fuck yeah, some needles. Stick that inside me. A map, I'll stick that inside me too. Can I post the link? Sure, but just... Actually, I don't know if you can. I think Nightbot hates it when you post links. I don't know, try and find out. But don't click on them. Button Boy is a mod, just ban anyone who says you can't post the link. That's weird, I thought I unmodded you. Yeah, I'll do it later. I'm too lazy right now. Fuck, are you kidding me? Everything was bad. All 3 circles were crap. Thanks, game. Just ban Nightbot. Nightbot was an asshole once and still is. Oh, fuck. I hate being in gooey state. It sucks. Well, only one thing to do now. Let's stick a needle inside me. Hey, I'm not gooey anymore. Ooh, premium chicken's nice. Please stop. It's porn some good. Please, there's no such thing as good porn. Like that pyramid that my professor described once. What was it? It was like time, money, and quality. It's like you can pick 2, but you can't have the other. So yeah, I'd go with that. That's pretty much porn. You know, really not looking forward to... Oh yeah, and fuck, I got off track and I didn't explain what critical does. Critical basically just instant kills the enemy randomly. Very random. It's not gonna really matter here because I'm already too strong, but in Demon Shack, the enemy health is just fucking insane. So there, it will matter. I think Pop won on it. Great, now he's not gonna come back here. You give someone high quality porn and they just leave your stream. Well, I was tabbed out to do stuff. Oh. I wonder what the world was like before porn. Like, what do the Romans do? Oh, I guess they had like those orgies. What did cavemen do? Rape and prostitutes. Cavemen did rape and prostitutes. I'd kind of understand that. I think maybe they drew like porn on the cave walls. Maybe that's how caveman painting started. Archaeologists go digging, they find a cave. Look at all these drawings. Hey Bob, what's that caveman doing in that drawing? I don't know, Phil, it looks like he has a spear out. That's no spear, Bob. And yeah, that's how caveman drawings came to be. It all started like that. I'm running out of drain feathers. I think I only have one left. Oh, really? When did I get... Oh, that's right, the mimics dropped some. Good to know. Did I get the key yet? Yeah, although honestly, my biggest complaint about Beyblade Metal Fusion so far... there was no metal fusion. They never fused metal. So, title is a giant clickbait. Like, the entire show, it's a giant clickbait. Beyblade Metal Fusion. They never fused metal in the first episode. It's a lie. They just play with, like, super powerful dreidels. That's what they call them, right? Like dreidels? They will next episode, I swear. That's what you told me about the first episode, and they didn't do any metal fusion. Yeah, one thing I really like about this dungeon, they don't have that regular battle music. It's just the same dungeon music. It really gives you an end of the game feel. Unlike Demon Shaft. Demon Shaft just gives you a fuck this feel. Also, I'm pretty sure there's no way I can finish this today. I'd be lucky to finish this today. But most likely, even if I am able to, I'm not gonna. Not until Friday. Then Friday I'll go to Demon Shaft. I'm gonna fucking hate it. I'd like to say goodbye. Thanks for dropping by, Button Boy. I mean, you're really not gonna miss anything, it's just me doing this dungeon. And this dungeon is pretty long, actually. It's like 20-something floors. I need some supplies. I'm back, Fairy King. Give me some shit. We don't need this, or this fish, or that, or the water. What, you missed something? What did I miss? Is it the Beyblade thing? I don't need all these nuts. That. Beyblade, oh great, I missed another Beyblade. Let's see, all those are max. I need magic and I need more attack. Not anything that gives mage either. Take some of these drain feathers. Do I need more needles? Yeah, I have enough chicken, I have enough of that. One more escape powder. I mean, what else do you want me to do in Beyblade? I saw the first episode. See episode 2 next year, which will be in about 3 months. It's also crazy. Christmas is like less than 50 days away. Actually, I think the end of the year is like almost 50 days away. Greater than 3 months. Isn't it? Hang on, November, December... it's like 2 months. Ouch. Okay. Yeah, it's crazy, right? Here's something even more crazy. I have 2 fucking exams on Wednesday. So I won't be able to stream this on Wednesday next week. I have a physics exam and an exam in computer algorithms. Fucking cave bat. Oh, nice. I stole an antidote drink from you. These fucking cave bats. They're not even cave bats. They're called evil bats. Forgot to buy gems, didn't I? Yep. Yep, I did. Man, I don't know what the maximum attack on this thing is. But I know it's really high. I don't know, like, as a kid, I really liked Demon Shaft. Because you think to yourself, wow, 100 floors? Can't wait to fucking beat it. Be like a special accomplishment. But having done that 2 years ago, all I'm thinking is like, fuck, I don't want to do it. Demon Shaft is pretty cool. I mean, it's a cool thing that there is 100 floors for you to beat, but then... 100 floors, and the enemies are fucking annoying. They have shitloads of health, they do high damage to you. Like, they really fuck you up pretty well. Although, it was probably hard for me because I only used Scrub Lord for everything. I never switched characters. So that's probably why it was difficult. Just hit stuff with a poison apple, then tab out to another game. 09 pop with the real strats over here. You got your friend, you're next. Bullshit. I'm gonna stick a needle inside me. god, okay. I'm at max money now. My man pulling out the classics feels good, man. Hey, Maze of Mystery. Yeah, I had no idea that they released this for the PS4, like a year, actually 2 years ago. And I'm like, why not replay this? This was the first official thing I streamed. And I'll be able to platinum this, which is nice. And I really liked this game. It was very fun as a kid. Hang on, time to do some sweet spins. Me neither, thanks for making me drop more money. I'm sorry. Both this and Dark Cloud 2 are available on the PS4. I think this game was $15, and Dark Cloud 2 was also $15. So $30 for 2 games, when, like, most games on the PS4 that you get are like 60 or 70. Pretty good bargain. Let's see. Seems there is no trap. Alright. A fucking... Gave me a giant fork. Alright, game. I mean, I already have all the weapons I needed to get this. I have all the good abilities on it. I need to save that scorpion for the last 6 floors of this dungeon. Very important. $109 years ago. We're a quarter of the way there. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to, I need to leave and spend my money. Alright, let me sell some shit I don't need. Right. What's a good thing to buy? I think the only ones that give attack are you, you, and you. This gives magic. And this also gives magic. So, I want to max out attack first, so let's go with just you. Perfect. I swear, as a kid, I thought this thing was cheese that I'm holding, like really good-looking cheese. I never knew a peridot was an actual, like, precious metal or gem. Fucking cheese, so good. Cheese is good. Cheese is delicious. Especially melted cheese. Or those cheese chips. What were they called? Like, not Cheetos. They're like these cheese puffs. Those are fucking good. God, I'm getting so hungry now. Ooh, the magical hammer. Useless. I love cheese, my body hates it. I get super hungry and made an entire loaf of cheese garlic bread. I didn't shit for a week. I could use some cheese. I shit too much. I shit at least once a day. I don't know why, but my body is just making too much shit. I guess I'm so full of it, it has to get rid of it somehow. Jeez, pretty fucking good. And I love how I can one-hit everything. I'm gonna miss that feeling in Demon Shaft. Everything's gonna one-hit me instead. Wait, do they one-hit? Or do they just come close? I think some of the later enemies in like the last 20 floors one-hit me. Other than that, I think all of them take off like 150 health. About that much. What else can I talk about? I registered for classes yesterday. Oh fuck, that reminds me, I need to check if any of the classes I need open. So, basically, next semester should be my last semester, hopefully, assuming I pass all my classes. I need to take one computer science class that's a requirement, and then I need 3 more computer science elective classes. And I need to take a physics class. But after that, I have all the credits I need, all the courses, all the requirements, everything. Unfortunately, one of my computer science class, the requirement one, and the 3 elective classes, they all got fucking taken. I'm graduating at the end of next semester, and I still couldn't get in the classes in time. What the fuck? Before registration even started, the classes were closed. And I don't understand that. I go to the computer science department, they're like, oh, we don't do pre-registration. Nope, sorry. How did those other people get in there? Oh, I don't know. It's our department, but we don't know. We don't know anything. So, yeah, fuck you and get out of here. Well, I got lucky though. The requirement class opened up because they boosted the number of seats from 30 to 40, and I quickly just sniped that spot. The 3 electives are still closed, and the weirdest thing is they have like 30 seats available, but they just show that it's closed. So I don't know what's going up there. And now I basically just have to keep checking the classes over and over. And right now it says that they're still closed. All 3 of them are closed. Really, I just hate registration. I wouldn't mind it if I was in a different major, because they do pre-registration. In the business classes I took, they let me do pre-registration. I'm like, yeah, these are the last few classes I need to be done with the business stuff. Can I take them? I'm like, sure, we'll pre-register you. Just, you know, go here. Bam, done. Computer science? Nah, they're like, fuck you, you want to pre-register? We don't do that shit here. Oh, you mean 30 people already pre-registered? Yeah, we don't do that shit here. It's... I don't know. Just get out of here. Get out of here. Unless you know the better, kid. So yeah, really hate registration for computer science classes. The physics class, though, I easily got in there. Not a lot of people want to take physics. still, I really like my physics professor, though. I mean, I barely understand anything in physics, but he's a cool guy. Drops some good jokes here and there. Like, he was holding, like, this 5 kilogram weight. I think it was 5 kilograms. And he was, like, teaching us gravity and stuff. And he was like, yeah, and imagine if you're walking by and this thing hits your foot. What are you gonna say? You're gonna say WTF for, wow, that's fantastic. When I grade your papers, or when I grade your exams, I'm gonna give you an F for fantastic. And if you do really incredibly, I'll give you a WTF for, wow, that's fantastic. He's actually a pretty cool guy. He was teaching us about Newton's laws last week. He told us about some stories involving, because he always ties in the physics of this stuff with real life, and he told us how he really like urges us to drive safely and all that stuff, and he explained to us some stories that he read. Like, apparently there was this couple that get ready for some heartfelt stories, but there was this couple, let me see if I remember the story correctly. Fuck. They were in a limo, they were driving back with their, like, daughter from a wedding, not for the daughter, but the family went to a wedding. And, a drunk driver hit their car on the other, like, head on. The driver was fine, the drunk driver, but the family, they lost their daughter. And the professor told us because he went to, I forgot where, but he went to like some kind of police meeting for something. I forgot what. Not because he was in trouble, but he was getting some information for stuff. And he heard about the story, and then he also found out some details that the family didn't say, because there was a video on it, and maybe some documentary, but he told us how some details weren't said in there. One of the fact was that when the mother and the father left the broken limo, the mother was holding the head of the baby, or not the 6-year-old child, and the rest of the body was like still in the car, and they had no idea. And like he told us how in the file, maybe the cop told him, he said something like the realization was like just crushing. He also told us another story how he actually saw a drunk driver kill someone. I think some 8-year-old kid. Maybe it was a teenager, but he told us, because I can't remember exactly. I just remember some of the details. He like left someplace and he saw a drunk driver going at like 40 or 50 miles per hour and just absolutely hit someone, and then their body just went flying. And he kept explaining to us, you know, like, do not drink and drive. He explained to us the physics, how, he did this really cool physics thing with us, where basically, we held a meter stick, or he asked one of us to hold a meter stick, and he dropped it at, like, the height. And then the person had to, like, grab it as soon as he dropped it. And then they would measure, like, that time, like, the distance, and the time it was in the air, something like that. And they were able to come up with, like, a reaction time, using some distance, velocity, time formula. And the reaction time was, I wrote it somewhere in my notebook, but it was, like, 30, like, fuck, if I could remember. But if you multiply that to what would be on the road, the reaction time would be about 7.5 meters. Like, you would react after witnessing 7.5 meters going at like 30 miles per hour. And then he said, let's try this again, but this time on one of your hands, go text. And type, I'll be home soon. Like, text with one hand, I'll be home soon. And then I'm gonna drop this randomly, and you're gonna have to catch it. And the reaction time went up to like 20 meters. So that shows you, like, the reaction almost tripled. That's how it would be like if you're drunk. So that reaction time, like if you're driving behind someone, instead of like reacting 7.5 meters, you would react 20 meters away, and like that's a long amount of distance. He also explained to us how drunk drivers, when they get into accidents, their bodies aren't really that injured as much. Because he explained to us the car physics, but he also explained how when you're drunk, your body is looser in a way. When you get into an accident and you're sober, like natural instinct is like you tense up, and that makes you more likely to be hurt. But he says, like, drunk drivers, like, their bodies are looser when they're drunk, so they don't get hurt as much from the crash. It also showed us a video of a 1990s car versus a 2003 car. I think it was those. I forgot what the car names were. It's like a Marlboro and something else. But it was a video on YouTube, and it was like testing if there's, they had like two dummies in the car. Like one dummy in the 1990 car and then another dummy in the 2003 car. And they both drove at each other 30 miles per hour. And they tested like how it would be like in a crash, and they put paint on the dummy so that when it crashes, like they knew like where the body would be in the impact. And the video of the 1990 car, like the dummy got fucking destroyed. Like its head hit the top of the car. It completely got like compressed in the front of the car. The 2003 car though, like the 1990 car, it didn't have a seatbelt, it didn't have the headrest, it didn't have like the airbag in a car. Like that was the 1990 car. 2003 car had like the headrest, the airbag, and he also told us how newer cars have like this kind of buffering zone for where the front is, like under the hood. The way the car is designed is it almost like compresses like an accordion. It buys you more time during impact, and that lessens the damage to you. And it showed in that video like the airbag went up, the dummy barely got injured. Like if it opened up the side door to show where the dummy was in the front, and it's like it barely looked like it even got there. Like the entire crash, it just stopped completely before it went to the front seat. For the 1990 car though, like, it completely fucked up the front seat. It absolutely obliterated, like, the front of the car. Shred through it like paper. So yeah. And basically our professor told us a lot, you know, he really strongly advises, like, don't drink and drive. And he warned us also, like, not even if you're the one driving, but just to be more cautious as the bystander. Because he warned us, what day do the most drunk driving happen? What day? Let me phrase that better. On what day do the most drunk driving incidents occur? And we thought it was New Year's or Christmas. Turns out it wasn't. And the answer surprised him too, because he found out, and then he told us. He found this out like a year or two ago. The day that the most drunk driving incidents occur is Thanksgiving Eve. I guess that's like the day before Thanksgiving, not on Thanksgiving. Nerds. Yeah, that class really got me in the feels, you know? Like, that was one of the classes that I really thought to myself, like, this is probably the most memorable class that I'm gonna have. Sometimes it happens. I like having those memorable classes. But yeah, so guys, seriously, like, be careful on Thanksgiving. You gotta pre-game before you go see your in-laws. Sounds about what I'd expect. But then after that, like, you get a very heavy feels day lecture, and then halfway after that, well, not really halfway, like about 10 minutes after all of that, he shows us some funny stuff. He was teaching us how momentum and recoil. And he showed us videos on YouTube. One video that was like 3 minutes of gun recoil. And he told us how in movies you never really see the gun recoil. And why does the gun recoil? It's because, like, for every action there's some opposite equal reaction or something like that. Like, my physics is bad, don't listen to me, but I think that's what he said. He explained to us how the bullet goes one way, there has to be an opposite force going the other way, and that's the recoil. And he showed us this video that was like 3 minutes long of people shooting guns and getting hit because of the recoil. There was like one video where like a guy fired a shotgun, his pants flew off. There's another video where someone was looking through a scope, fired it, and like the gun hit their face. It was a really funny video. It's nice to go something from really heavy in feelings like drunk driving and car accidents like that, and then to go to funny video of like people getting hit because of gun recoil. It was fun. It was a good lecture. One of my favorites. I mean, he doesn't just show us really heavy feelings video. He showed us some funny stuff. He also showed us a Family Guy clip when he was explaining to us orbit. Some clip from Family Guy where the dog Brian tries to explain orbit to Peter. Hey, just got home. Hey, Filipino boy. How's it going? Just talking about my physics class and, you know, don't do drunk driving. It's not safe. Watch out for Thanksgiving Eve. That's when the most drunk driving happens. Oh, not this. Well, there'll probably be a spring nearby. Yeah, there is, right there. But yeah, he showed us that video from Family Guy where Brian explains to Peter what orbit is. And basically, the fat guy is like, well, explain orbit to me. He's like, prove that I'm fat. And then he tosses some items in front of him. I know, I'm not an idiot. Fuck, I forgot I had auto repair powder there. I just wanted this thing to break. Great, I gotta go buy auto repair powder. Anyway, so yeah, that was the video. You know what's weird? That's like the second or third time a professor tried to explain something to us using Family Guy. It's so weird. He used that video to explain orbit to us. My sociology professor used that clip from Family Guy where he fights the chicken. And she used that to explain a sociology term for us. I forgot what it was. But it was fucking hilarious. And she's like, this is the best example I can think of this term. I forgot what the term was. Like, I probably have it written down in my notebook. But yeah, that's like the second or third time a professor used Family Guy to explain something to us, and it's pretty funny. Fuck, how much attack does this thing need? It probably caps out at about 255, I'm guessing. So yeah, that was my physics class. Survival of the fitness. No, it wasn't survival of the fitness. It was some kind of sociology term. Yes, I knew it would be. Well, I wasn't sure, but I was hoping it would be. Fuck yeah. Installing more cheese on my weapon. Fuck, it still needs more weapon. Okay, there. It's at max now. You give magic, right? Yeah, you give magic. You give 10 magic. Everything gives 10 magic, I guess. Perfect. wasn't survival of the fittest. Fuck, like, what was the name of that term? I just can't remember it for the life of me. I haven't taken sociology for, 3 years. I think that was in my first semester, actually. It was such a fun class. The exams were very easy. Like, just read over your notes, understand the shit. I think the easiest college class I've ever taken was probably anthropology. It was the easiest class. Pretty much, the professor talks during class with PowerPoints. They never gave me any of the PowerPoints, but basically, not only that, they post quizzes online on, I forgot where. It was on, like, this platform that you needed to make an account for. You know, like one of those scummy websites that force college students to pay for the platform. My easiest college class was business management. But yeah, like, why was it so easy? Because what made my class easy was, like, she gave quizzes and exams on there, and all of the questions, and I shit you not, all the questions you can just Google online and find them instantly. They were all on Quizlet. And that's basically what I did for all the quizzes, all the exams, and I ended up with an A+ in the class. Actually, I ended up with a B- first, because for some reason, the platform lost my grade for my midterm. And it marked it as a 0. But then I explained to the professor, they found the grade, and I got my A+. Easiest class was business management. I literally walked in one day, walked out in 3 minutes after the test, and was the only motherfucker to get 100%. Plus, I got the bonus question. Literally, no one else got a 100. Damn. Oh yeah, another thing about my anthropology class. We were originally gonna do like this massive group project, but the professor is like, well, we don't really have time this semester, so I just decided to give all of you an extra 20% in your grade. So yeah, I got fucking lucky with that. I'm pretty sure any other semester they would have had the group project, but I got so fucking lucky. I should actually go the other way. So that was your easiest class. What was the hardest class you took? 'Cause I have a few contenders for hardest class. I think possibly the hardest class I took was, statistics. Absolutely, statistics was the hardest. The other classes I took that were difficult barely come close. Like, it's pretty much statistics at the top as the hardest. The other hard classes all tied for second. But yeah, statistics was the fucking worst. Because, I mean, the professor gave us everything we needed to understand. He records all of his classes. He puts all of his notes up online, all of them. But understanding the class, that was the hardest thing. Oh, he even lets us use a cheat sheet. One cheat sheet for the first exam, one for the second exam, and then 3 for the third exam, which is the final. So basically, your first sheet will cover everything up to the first exam. Your second sheet will cover everything up to the second exam. Wait, first sheet covers everything to the first exam. Second sheet covers everything from the first to the second, and then your third sheet should cover from the second to the final. Unfortunately though, that class, like, holy shit, it was so hard to understand. His homework that he also gave you, he gives you a fucking packet to do by the end of the week. I'm not joking, like a fucking packet that's like 10, 15 pages long of homework. And it's not like, oh, there's like 100 multiple choice questions. It's fucking like 20 or 30 questions with like part A, B, and C, where you have to like show your work and explain something. And none of the questions are really the same. They're all different concepts, and I really hated that class. Like, even the curve in the class, like, let me explain how the grades went. I ended up getting a 30 on the first exam, 40 on the second exam, and a 56 on the third exam. Because of the curve, those grades went to like 70, 80, and 86-ish. The curve was like over 40 points for some of the exams. That's how difficult the class was. Oh, not to mention, you also had a website that had all of your grades on there, and you can calculate, like, the statistics of the class. Like, this dude fucking knew his statistics, man. Yeah, that was definitely the hardest class I've taken. Absolutely. I ended up getting a B-. No, wait, was it a B-? Or was it a regular B? It was either B- or B. But I remember that being the worst class I had. Worst graded class, anyway. That was until last semester. I had an even... It wasn't even more difficult. It was only difficult for me. For other people, it might have not been that difficult. Basically, I had, what was the name of it? It was computer something. If I can remember the name. Let me check. What's it called? Damn it, I can't find the name here. Maybe it was called, like, operating systems? No, I remember now. Computer architecture. That's what it was. Computer architecture. Computer Science 343. Fucking hated that class. There is so much shit that you had to know. And if that wasn't bad enough, like, I copied down everything the professor wrote in his PDFs. My PDFs look exactly the same as his. That still didn't help me. I got like a 40 or was it a 60 on the first exam? 62.5 on the first exam. Second exam, it was like a 72, and then the final, I think I got a 74. And I calculated my grade, and I'm like, okay, I need a 75 to get a C and pass the class. I checked my grade, 74, and I'm like, fuck, you've got to be kidding me. I'm gonna get a C- now, just because I couldn't get one fucking point. But I actually ended up getting a C+ in the class. And the professor actually told me yesterday why, randomly in conversation, because we were talking about enrolling in classes. He was talking about that with the other students. And then he mentioned one of his classes, and like, did I take that class with you? I was like, no, I think you took discrete structures and computer architecture with me. And I'm like, oh yeah, that was such a hard class for me. It's like, and I said, I'm surprised I even passed. It's like, oh, well, you know, it was my first semester teaching that class, and I was a bit more lenient with the grades. To explain what the exam was like, think of, the first exam was like 50 multiple choice questions. No, wait, maybe it was like, no, it wasn't 50. It was 40 multiple choice questions. So I got a 62.5. It must have been forever. I study the notes, end up taking the exam. It's got questions that I don't even... Oh no, what screwed me in the first exam, he told us we don't need a calculator for it. Because he also told us know the powers of 2, like 2 to the 12, 13, 14, as in bits, like know the bits and stuff. But then he told us, oh, you don't need a calculator, so I didn't bring my calculator. And let me tell you, not bringing a calculator, big mistake. Got like a 62.5 because of that. Had I brought my calculator, it would have gone up to 80. I fucking know it would have. Fuck, I don't want to use that. I feel like it'll fill up my abs. Although I don't really have a choice. Pump with energy. So yeah, that was the first exam. Second exam. First exam was really like basic math stuff with computer architecture, like what are the bits here, what is this, what's that, and it was mostly math stuff. Oh, it was also knowing like the sizes, like you know how it's micro, like milli, micro, nano, like so on, like that. And you got mega, giga, tera, penta, stuff like that. And it was like, know those, know the powers that they are. Because like giga is like 10 to the 9. Kilo is like 10 to the 3. And it was basically that. So I got screwed because of that. Second exam though, studied hard and took the exam. Holy shit, it was filled with questions that I swear he never even taught us. It's like, oh, you've got this master control unit here. But no, wait, it was... Fuck, I forgot what it was called. It's like, you have this chip here. And, you know, how do you make it so that the reading is always 0? It's like, oh, you connect it to ground, you connect it to C, you connect it to Q, and I'm like, he never taught us any of this. The only reason I did well on that second exam, and I mean well as in like a 72 or 75, is because one of my friends that I made there, he saw me taking notes, and then he asked for my notes. We still did bad. He only proved how little we both knew. But I gave him my notes, and he studied a lot with that. And he says, hey dude, thanks for the notes. My friend took his class last semester, and he took pictures of what his second exam looked like, so here you go. Because he reuses all of his questions. He definitely does. I googled some of the questions, and they were there. Like, from that picture that he sent me. So he absolutely reuses his questions. He also never gives you back your exam. And I mean it, he never gives it back. He keeps the exam, he keeps the Scantron sheet, keeps it all. Instead of you. I want to max magic. Alright, so magic maxes out at 150, so there'll be 2 more there. I need a lot more attack. And 4 mage. I don't know what gives mage. Oh, wait, if I have that in, it's at maximum everything, right? Perfect. Damn, look at all those fucking abilities. Big bucks for more money, quench to get thirsty slower, poison, randomly poison an attack, randomly stop, steal shit, more durable, drain health, critical, and stuff. Fuck. That's what I love seeing, the ultimate weapon right here. Anyway, then for the final, I studied hard. The only reason I ended up getting close to a 74 on the final was because a lot of the final was made up of questions from the first exam, and I'm gonna say it here. Hopefully no one shows this to my professor, but kinda cheated. Reason how? This time I was smart enough to bring my calculator, hid a bunch of notes in my calculator. I hid the chart for the sizes, even though I didn't need them. I actually knew them by heart by that point. Hid a lot of notes on like whenever this happens, what are the bit values? Like, is it 11001 or is it like 11100? And I had like that map on there. Had all the sizes and shit. And just overall, any other notes I added on my calculator that I typed out. And I hid it in like the program area. So yeah. thanks to that and the exam being mostly that stuff, I was able to get a high grade. Not enough though, because I needed a 75 to get a C. But thankfully the professor was lenient with his grades. So yeah, that was good. That was one tough class. Not as tough as statistics, but very tough indeed. My bag is full. What am I full of? Shit? Yeah, it's a lot of shit. Doesn't someone need this? On their weapon? Oh. I don't need these stones, actually. Another tough class I took was... my current class right now. I don't know if it is hard, but the programming parts were pretty hard. Because I never understood any of this. I actually never learned any of this. The professor just gave us a project and told us to do it. That's it. And each project was worth 15% of our grade. And this is my, database systems. No, wait, it isn't database systems. It's, fuck, what's it called? I can't remember. What is it called? Software engineering. That's what it's called. Also, I went here, but I need to leave. It's called software engineering. Basically, the first project, he gave us a Java program. We had to somehow make it so that Java program connects to our SQL server. And that way, like, anyone from their computer can have access to our SQL server. And that was the first project. There was so much shit you had to do. Like, you had to do all this shit with your IP. You had to open it up so that everyone can access it. You also had to, fuck, I have a lot of shit. What else? Some gems, boy. Give me, two of you. Will you give that? What else gives me magic? One of these has to give me magic. I want to have a variety. So yeah, basically that was the first project. I could not get that to work at all. Like, I kept asking around for help, and that is the only reason I managed to get close to completing it. But no matter what, it still did not fucking work on my laptop. However, second project, we used, what was it? Servlet. We used this thing called Servlet. We basically create a server online and upload a text file there. Now that project, I was completely fucked over doing. The only reason I managed to do it was my friends told me how. I randomly found some people, and like the week that it was due, our professor decided, like, okay, so for our class hour, what we'll do instead is you guys can come here at like 9 o'clock if you want. We'll discuss about the projects if you guys need help or anything. And I'll do the project reviews, like I'll check your projects and see the progress you've made. And I was talking to a lot of people during those times. Like, I got up early at like 7:30 to get to class at like 8:15. And talked to a lot of people, understood how to do the projects. They showed me, like, all the shit that you had to do. They corrected my projects for me. And thanks to that, submitted my project. First try, got the email back. Your project was a success. Because I only got one attempt. If I got that attempt wrong, because I waited till, like, the last minute to do it because I didn't understand, If I got that attempt wrong, I would have lost 15% of my grade. Third project, even more difficult. I've never heard of this RMI shit that our professor told us about. You use Java programs to like have an RMI server. I've never heard of anything like that before. I've never learned anything about like your IP addresses either. Like how do you bind your IP to somewhere? How do you set up a backdoor in your firewall to let your IP have access to it? Never learned any of that. Our professor was like, here's a project, do it, get it done. He explained it to us, of course, like he explained it pretty well, and with a lot of diagrams to help us understand how it works, but he never showed us the code for, are you fucking kidding me? This thing can block? I never knew these dragons could block until today. I knew that. Just put up its foot and it's like, I'm blocking, boy. Yeah, sit your ass down. But yeah, pretty much he tells us the concepts, shows us diagrams, doesn't show us how the actual code to make it work looks like. In fact, he really like leaves a lot of questions for you to answer. Like you gotta find out on your own how to do that shit. So third project, RMI. Basically, at this point in class, we're doing these scrum meetings, which will be our final project. We basically, like, choose some topic and build it. So, for our topic, my group chose, we started as an app to, have an emergency contact a friend whenever you have an emergency. And eventually, our professor told us, like, this is too broad, because that was one of the choices we could have picked. We picked that, and later we realized, like, it was too broad. You can't really classify an emergency. So he's like, have it for something like cardiac arrest or a heart attack, where you can input your device that measures your heart rate, send it to a server that has the list of, that thing can freeze too. God, what a position this is. Ow. Alright, shit really kicked it off here on this floor. Anyway, told us basically like, assume that their device hooks up to yours. Not to yours, to so assume they can connect their device, no, status break, that measures their heart rate. And basically thanks to that, they'll know, like, oh, well, my heart rate is abnormally high. I'm about to have cardiac arrest. I need to send this information after reading it to an emergency center so that they can dispatch a team to, like, help me or pick me up or something. And he says, like, actually, this is what a lot of emergency medical services are looking for right now. They need something like this. That he has friends who would actually pay very good money for apps like this. My professor's, like, really connected to people. I don't know how, but he's got, like, really good connections to people. And he says that they would really pay good money for these apps. And he gave us an example. He's like, take your basic ambulance. Do you know how much money the equipment on an ambulance is worth? If you took, like, all that equipment? I mean, you can guess if you want. No one's been talking at all in the comments, in the Twitch chat, so I'll tell you. All that equipment is worth about $100,000. So if you have, like, an emergency center and you have 10 ambulance vehicles, that's $1 million in just ambulances. And that's just because of the devices that they have on there, the medical equipment, to, like, measure your heart rate, all those other things. And he says, basically, if we can come up with an app that takes that lets you connect to your device, send that information automatically to the emergency center, so that they can dispatch and send you proper help, like, right away. Like, that's what those centers are looking for. That's the kind of app that would give you, like, really good money. Oh, another thing he told us, be careful with emergency. He told us, I didn't know this, but assume you have asthma, and you use, like, that, what's it called? Like, that thing that you inhale? Like, well, I guess it's called an inhaler. But you have an inhaler, and you need someone to apply the inhaler to you. Like, you can't do it yourself. So, assume you need that, and you need someone to apply the inhaler to you right away because you're about to have an asthma attack. Can you ask, like, the doctor at the school to do it, or your friends to do it? The answer is no, you can't, because, only a professional is allowed, legally, to apply the asthma thing to you. And I never knew that. Like, I assumed if you're going into an asthma attack, have anyone nearby do it for you. Self-driving cars are the future. I'm so hyped for self-driving supercars. Oh wow, I haven't seen one of these in a while. Green crystal. Even drive assistance in the next 10 years will be godly. Question though, if two people riding a self-driving car get into an accident, whose fault is it? But yeah, that was for the emergency medical thing. Eventually, we changed topics to have a group chatting app. And one of my team members like went overboard with me. He's like, have a function that it measures how much work you do, and then your group members can vote to kick you out of the team if you don't do good enough, or if you procrastinate enough. They can kick you off the team. Neither person insurance covers it. That's gonna suck for insurance companies. It's like buying a game console and it's already broken. Yeah, we went to that group chatting app. Eventually our professor told us it was a probably bad idea to stick with that. So we changed ideas again. Now it's great for insurance companies. Anyway, so we changed ideas again. We ended up coming up with an idea that's like an alarm app that annoys the shit out of you until you wake up. And then it does a check to make sure your cognitive abilities are good. And it'll keep vibrating and annoying the shit out of you until you do the test, like walk 10 feet or like complete this button game or something like that. Our professor told us like, okay, I would not want this. And then he asked the class, how many of you would want an app like this? And surprisingly, half of the class actually wanted an app that annoys the shit out of you. And he also asked like, how many of you would use an app that annoys you for 5 hours, because that's the amount of time you would normally spend in this class to do your work, but it guarantees you get an A in the class? And how many of you would want an app like this? And a lot of the people in the class raised their hand. So then he's like, okay, I like your idea actually. I like the idea of annoying someone to do something. If you can make an app like that annoys someone until they measure their blood pressure and their weight, or take their weight and something like that, and upload it to a server, and if you can get the app to annoy someone enough until they do it, I will pay you for this app. And he actually said that he would actually pay us for this app. But we changed our idea again. Now we pretty much went with an alarm app that gives you a little game to play after you wake up to increase your cognitive abilities. Rather than 10,000 human accidents, the legal headache of it, you get less accidents, but you also know exactly who to blame due to data. Yeah, error, break.exe has stopped working. Activating acceleration. Boom, car crash. Seriously, like, we don't need self-driving cars. We need to say, fuck cars. Let's go with teleporters. Get those teleporters ready. I know it'll never happen in my lifetime, but seriously, imagine some fucking teleporters. Imagine almost 10 drunk driving accidents a year instead of 10,000. Well, that actually sounds pretty good. Although I'm pretty sure there would be some kind of check that those self-driving cars would do, or regular cars by that point. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be like some kind of breathalyzer check in the car. It won't matter though. I mean, people can go like, hey pal, I just had a drink, you know, like put your breath on this hole for me. And he's like, good. I'm drunk, but it says I'm not drunk. I get to drive now. Imagine if you have a heart attack and the car knows and just immediately drives you at max speed to a hospital. And teleporters require wormholes, which is simple, except for the part where there's a mistake where reality kills everyone stuck on this pole for me. Yeah, think of how cool it would be to have teleporters. Like, I don't know how long it takes you guys to go to work or to college, but imagine that. Like, you have college in, like, let's say you live in New York, but you go to college in, like, what's a really far away state? Minnesota. Is that far? Or California. Something like that. Teleporters would be great for terrorism, though. Okay, fine. You got me there. It takes me 15 minutes to drive to work and 10 minutes to the other job site. Well, assume we have teleporters and people aren't dicks and blowing up shit with it, or using it for bad things. Now you can have a job anywhere in the world you want. All you have to do is just like step in your teleporter on time, go to the location of your work site, and boom! You know, you increase job production around the world or some shit like that. You need to go to college, but it's too far away. Easy fix, here's a teleporter. If I had a teleporter, I'd be banging my British friends right now. It's another thing, you're in a long-distance relationship? Here's a teleporter. Let's make it a short distance. Have a few hot British friends who I could totally bang. Sadly, the only thing I ever bang is my foot against the table. Yeah, my life's sad. Let's make short distance short like your dick. I'll have you know my 1mm is very large. It may look like 1mm, but it feels like 2mm. Trust me. Man, you wish you had a beefy 1mm like mine. Anyway, so yeah, eventually that's what we settled on for our app. And I actually did get, oh, here's the funny thing with my project. Not that project, the app project, that, the alarm thing, but the RMI thing. It was due Thursday last week, and I almost got it to work. Thankfully, because of my friends, they sent me what the code should look like. And I basically combined all of their codes together, took the important things, and like had that as my code. here we go. This is where it starts. This is where it fucking starts. Hey, Steve, I'm gonna need your help here. Just for fun. See, this is why I saved it. Because I knew this shit was coming. Alright. Also, my battery is low. What? Oh, my controller battery is low. Hang on a second, let me get my water. Okay, all good. Wire's in. But yeah, here's Steve. He's the slingshot that says funny shit. It's a red bat. I thought these kind of flying creatures were supposed to be resistant to wind. He also gives you tips every now and then. Floating around like that. Really reminds me. I know I'm poor. Damn, chill out, Steve. It's just a sheet with an attitude. Anyway, didn't upgrade Steve to Super Steve. Listen, I didn't have the time, okay? Anyway, so, the RMI thing. Basically, on Thursday, the professor had his office hour from, 1:30 to 2:30, and then he had to leave. What ended up happening was, like, 30 people showed up to his office hour to check the project with him. And he's basically saying, okay, we're gonna have to instead also check the project on Tuesday, instead of having our group meetings, because there's way too many people here who waited till the last minute. Weak excuse, fine. I'll give you my real excuse. I really don't want to use any other characters except Tony. Or in this case, Scrub Lord. Do you think it will look good? Read it. It says it so fast. So yeah, that was the cool thing. Didn't get my RMI project to work on that day, but I got it to work on Tuesday, and the professor said my project was acceptable. Ruby plus Tone are the only good combo. Oh, my weapon's actually able to be upgraded. I mean, there really is no difference between Steve and Super Steve, I guess. Well, more power, but that's about it. Fuck! Oh, I took away 10% of my money. Or 20%. It couldn't have been double my money. Oh well. Shao doesn't have any strong weapons, and Osmond's weapons suck. Osmond's Supernova is actually pretty good. And Shao's Angel Gear is very good as well. Those are probably the two weapons I'm going to be very much relying on to help me out in Demon Shaft. Final boss, anyway. The Scorpion. Wonder if there is a life after death. Fucking hell, Steve. Thunder God's hair ought to be a bright green afro. I think he's poisoned. Yep. Fuck, and it's already 4 o'clock. At least I made good progress here. Also, Cha has the worst character because she gets one cutscene and never shows up in any more ever. It's pretty much every character. Except Rucksack, he gets an extra cutscene. Ruby gets that one cutscene and that's it. Ungaga gets one cutscene and that's it. Osmond gets... well, actually, Osmond actually gets some cutscenes. He gets quite a bit. Osmond probably has the most time that you see him out of all the allies. Nah, Fatty gets a few, Ruby gets like 3, and Osmond gets like 5. Ungaga gets like 3. Okay, fine, I'll give Ungaga, like, he does get 3 when he's feeling really depressed. We just see him for like a few minutes. You see more of Ungaga if you leave the dungeon a few times. Oh, I guess that's true. Okay, can I sell my shit? Can't believe that thing fucking took my money. Couldn't have given me a few, or doubled my money. We don't need this, this, those. Okay, what else do I need? Auto repair powers. Those. Yeah, look good. Okay, I guess that's gonna be it for today. So yeah, talked a lot about today. Maybe I'll have some more stories tomorrow, or not tomorrow, Friday. And that's gonna be it. So, anyway, thanks for coming. Rip stream later, nerds. Yeah, I gotta get ready for my college class. It starts soon. Damn, dude, have a good one. Thanks. I'll be back on Friday to stream this. Wednesday, no stream, though, because I gotta study for 2 exams. But Friday, definitely a stream. Probably gonna go to Demon Shaft. Ah, fucking kill me. I'm not ready for that. Alright. Yeah, take care, guys. Thanks for coming, and goodbye. And one last thing before I go, I'm gonna try doing this shit. Oh, fuck it. Give me my fucking donut. This carrot cake. Alright, let's see how much I get. 6? I guess that's kind of respectable. 5. Well, time to reset. Thanks for coming, guys. Goodbye.